Good morning. Hi, Anna. How was your adventure yesterday? Hi, Megan. Hi, Theron. Good morning, Denise. Hi, Mallory. Good morning, Nikki. Hey, Jen. And hey, Jen. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Christine. Good morning. I'm back. I'm so happy. Hey, Misty. Good morning, Abby. Good morning, Janelle. Awesome. Hi, Susan. How are you? All right, did anybody else have like wild dreams last night? Like I was in other lives. I was still me, but I was in other lives. I was like upon like becoming a nail technician or something, but I had no training and like people started lining up outside the door. Like it was just there was some crazy stuff happening in my dream last night. Hello. And I'm wondering if the meditation that we did after class last night maybe kind of did that because we were tapping into blue lotus flower energy. So I'm wondering if you're up here and you were in class last night, did that meditation do anything for you? Oops, sorry. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Christine. Yeah, Christine says yes. Wild, vivid dreams. Good morning, Michelle. Janelle says skyscrapers fell in California in my dreams. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, it didn't help you, but you're gonna try to find some Blue Lotus. Okay, fingers crossed for you, Christine. Good morning, Maggie. Guys, I'm just so glad to be back on Coffee and Magic. That was difficult. I know it wasn't that long, but it feels like ages. So I wasn't here because I was in an intensive class and it was from like 8:30 to 4:30. Um, and so I could only make it like that one Monday. And it's really thrown off my routine. So I'm glad to be back here, pull some cards and tap into the energy with you guys and all that stuff. Today is also my mom's 70th birthday. She's not watching, but happy birthday to my mom anyway. Shadows and Secrets is trying to bring some sunshine back from the Bahamas. We have some sunshine here in central PA right now. It's cold as hell, but um, it is really sunny, so that's kind of nice. Janelle says, "Happy birthday, Sandra!" Boy, do I have some stories for you, Janelle. All right. Well, how are we doing? Let's do our numbers on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you at? 1 is roadkill. 10 is fully animated being. What are you feeling this morning? Drop it in the comments. Tell me how you're feeling. Okay, Michelle's at a 6. Christine's also at a 6. Misty's at a 7. Ugh, a lot of people are sick, Cassie. Ugh. If you're sick, just kind of like put 2 numbers, your body and your energy. We've got 8, 7, 7, 6, 7, 8. All right. Janelle is using decimal points. We've got a 6 over there. Okay. I feel like something weird just happened on my Instagram. Okay, Denise is also doing good. Very good. Excellent. So this Mercury retrograde, let me make sure I'm not lying to you, has been really, really intense. And I'm curious to know how this particular retrograde has affected you. I have seen, and we talked about this in class last night, a lot of not missed, but like misunderstood communication. Like it's almost like you're speaking a different language to somebody who used to speak your language, and you're like, "Oh, okay, like, you don't you're not speaking, and I don't get it." Um, I feel like that's been a big thing, and just, like, lots of tech issues. I mean, we did have that whole issue last week, right? Where or was it what day is it? Yeah, last week where, all of the planes were grounded here in the US due to a software issue. So there's been a lot it's been really affecting, technology. Mercury will begin to station direct on the 18th, so that's in 2 days, and the fun news about that is not necessarily Mercury itself going direct, but rather the combination of Mars finally being direct and Mercury stationing direct. There's going to be an opening of energy. Okay, so look towards the end of the week, beginning of next week, for things to really start shifting as far as um, movement goes. Okay, there's definitely a break in the tension, so to speak. So, yes, if you are new here, welcome. I will be doing collective readings. I don't take questions on the lives. Um, I'm going to give you three things. You pick which one feels most resonant with you, and that's how we do it. Is a long break. I need a long break. Here's the thing that I would say to you. This is the weather, right? This is the weather. So think of the energy and the astrology as a weather forecast and treat it that way. So if I look at the weather and I'm like, okay, I see that it's 90% chance of thunderstorms, maybe that day I'm not going to plan to go swimming. But that doesn't mean there isn't a million other things I could do. So it's more like, what's the best activity for what the weather is like right now, not stopping your life because of the weather. Maybe it's going to rain, just bring a darn umbrella. Like, don't let this stop you, because that's not really the vibe right now. You are past that point. So you are not tossed around by the weather. You know about the weather beforehand. So you can make informed decisions, and you can manipulate and navigate in order to get the things done that you want to get done, in order to have the experience that feels best for you. Does that make sense to you guys? Does that resonate? Because we are beyond that space of being like, oh my God, like, when will this end? It's like, well, it ends when you end it. It ends when you end it. The secret sauce at the end of any equation is going to be your action, right? And your lack of action is also an action. So if you are sitting around and you're like, well, I can't do anything, that's an active choice to not do anything. And sometimes it's a needed and valid choice. Sometimes you need to sit it out. But don't look at it as like, oh, I can't do anything because of this, and this. It's like, I've made a choice that I'm not going to. I'm going to stay still for a second. And again, it's valid, but it is an action that counts as your contribution towards a specific energy. Okay. So we are not being whipped around by the forces that be. We're here to work with the elements, and we provide navigational forces. We provide that intelligence. All right. Since we're kind of on weather a little bit, and I saw a crazy TikTok last night, that I couldn't share, but it was of somebody experiencing a tornado that like came out of nowhere, and he like ran into his basement and closed the door, and like the whole house got like whipped around, and then he came out, and him and his dog, and his house was just like demolished, and the tornado was on its way out. That was wild. So I'm going to give you some crazy weather, and you decide which weather you feel. Okay, ready? Sun shower is your first one. Tornado is your second one. And sun shower, tornado, and thunderstorm. Sun shower, tornado, and thunderstorm. Which weather are you feeling today? Which stormy weather are you feeling today? Tornado, sun shower, or thunderstorm? Drop it in the comments. and I will shuffle. Sun shower, tornado, thunderstorm, sun shower, and thunderstorm. All right. We're combining weathers. All of those things can exist, I think. Oh, wow. Janelle said thunderstorm going on here right now, so I chose that. Good morning, Rosa. So if you're just joining us, we chose some weather for today. So what are you feeling? Sun shower, tornado, or thunderstorm? Sun shower, tornado, or thunderstorm. Those are your choices to get your message for this morning. I need some chapstick. Sun shower, tornado, thunderstorm. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. I have pulled for sun shower. Make sure you've chosen. We've got sun shower, thunderstorm, or tornado. Which one are you doing? And my sun shower people, are you ready? You ready for your weather forecast? I'll wait until you tell me. Okay, TikTok is ready. IG, are you ready? All right, let's do this. This is your sun shower. And I think that you've probably heard this message before. We've got the novice. We've got protection. And we've got the deer. And remember, like, even if you didn't pick sun shower, listen anyway, just in case something's for you, right? In case one little part's for you. So the novice, the deer, and protection. Boopy doopy doo. All right, what's your story? So let's start here. This is the beginning of a new journey for you, okay? And it's really unsteadily and it's really unsteady and it's wobbly, but it is real, okay? Like it's a definitive brand new start. And a lot of the skills that you're going to be exploring in this brand new start are new, like new for you. So think about learning how to ride a bike for the first time and how without training wheels and how like the concept of balancing your entire body on two wheels and like having forward momentum it wasn't like you didn't have that skill until you did, right? You may have had to fall down a few times. You may have had to kind of like really push through some fear and like trust the process because in your mind it's like that doesn't make sense, but you see other people riding bikes and you're like certainly this must be a thing. It's that energy that's like I don't know, I don't have the muscle memory for this yet. I don't have the neural pathways for this yet, but I know it is possible because I see people doing it and I know I can do it, but I'm not able yet. Like this is you right now. Trusting, falling down, getting back up and trying again, not giving up because it is a new thing. There are so many new things here. And that part of you that feels like you need to be good at everything you try the first time. And if you're not, then it's not for you. Examine that. Okay, examine it to make sure that the reason you're saying that to yourself is not based in fear. Like if that is a fear-based thing where it's like I'm not good at it so it must not be for me, but you're only saying that because you're scared, then maybe look at it again. If it really feels true for you, then okay, fine. But if it's based in fear, look at that, okay? Then you have protection and the deer. And protection is going to be your boundaries always. This is not defensive posture. It's not defensive. It is offensive. It is planning ahead. It is carving out some space so that you can actually have a plan in your life at this time. Some people cannot be close to you right now because they are like pig pen. and they are swirling all of their dirty energy everywhere and have no control over it. And that's fine. We all go through those times, right? But you can't be around it during this time. You're too vulnerable, you're too open, and you have to be vulnerable and open to start this new journey. So, with that being said, this is what needs to happen. The boundaries have to be there to create a safe space for you to explore these new skills without having somebody else put all their dirty, stinky energy all over you. Okay? Then you have the deer. Because when you're putting down these boundaries, you're going to ruffle some feathers, and you probably already have. People don't like it when you put boundaries down, when those boundaries prevent them from being able to feed off of the energy that they've been feeding off for a long time. It makes them angry and cranky. Okay. So the deer is here to say, like, tread lightly, be diplomatic. You don't have to start fights. Say what you need to say, do what you need to do, just do, but with your best interests in mind always at this time. Okay. So that is your sun shower. Okay. Hope that resonated for my sun shower people. The next one is tornado. Okay. I'm going to shuffle it up a little bit. Take some coffee. I did a mix of coffee and chai, and it's good. I think that's called like a dirty chai, right? I'm here for it. Two types of caffeine in my cup today. I've got black tea and coffee. I'm gonna be crazy. Today's gonna be a crazy day, guys, for me. I'm not gonna tell you why. I'll tell you later. If everything works out. It's gonna be crazy. Bananas. Okay. Ooh, Jen says I'm having cacao and chai. That sounds delicious. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, I have you here. I have one spot left for the if you wanted to work with me one-on-one on a monthly basis. So just FYI, if you want to do that, you can DM me on Instagram or send me an email, hello@sarahmala.com, or find the old email that I sent out about that and respond through there. But either way, there's one more. We can start in February, but in case that was something of interest to you, there's a few different options to do it once a week, twice a month, once a month, whatever. You want to work together. All right. This is going to be tornado. After tornado comes thunderstorm. Those are your choices. If you're just joining us, you missed sun shower, but if you want to see it again, you can watch it on YouTube or IGTV after this. But the next one, if you're just joining, is going to be tornado and then thunderstorm. So choose from those two. Okay. Are you guys ready for tornado? Okay. TikTok is ready. Instagram, are you ready for tornado? Good morning, Alexa. All right, we're ready. Let's do this. All right, tornado people. Christine, are you still here? And did you pick tornado? Hey, Kirsten. What's going on with Desira? What is going on with Desira? Has she been acting kind of whack lately? Okay. So, this is going to be tornado. I'm going to tell you now which one it is. Okay, let's go. Let's go. It's the king birth and rebirth. Okay, well, listen to this one too, Christine. Yeah, you. And joy. Okay. The king, birth and rebirth, and joy. Okay. All right, let's get into it. I'm excited about this one. So, this is tornado, in case you were wondering. So, you got the king, birth and rebirth, and joy. The king is masculine energy. Ungender masculinity for a moment, okay? Take gender away from it and take king away from it. Let's just feel into what masculine energy is, okay, without gender. It's a driving force, it is outward and external. It is very physical, it is very in the earth plane. It's just very much like tactical, as in touching and driving forward. It's a forward momentum. It gets things done. It's a masculine energy, outward energy, okay? No gender here. This is the energy that you're currently tapping into in a new way for you. It is a masculine energy without the construct of gender. It's going to take you a second to really understand what that means without the concept of gender attached to it. But if this becomes a lifelong study for you, it will be worth it to explore this concept for yourself and explore it in other areas of your life and with other people. It's really important. Take the gender out of this and understand what masculine energy is. All people have different balances of masculine and feminine energy. You have a baseline of a specific like masculine feminine balance that is your personality, right? That's like your set point. And then life will take you through different phases where you will be more in a feminine energy versus a masculine energy, right? In phases of life. And then during the course of the day, some hours will be more masculine and some hours will be more feminine. Do you see what I mean? It goes in layers and layers and layers. So right now, we're exploring that masculine driving force energy, which is helping you in this next iteration of self for you, which is the birth and rebirth. It's you again, okay? It is always you again, but it's you again right now. You coming through another iteration of self that's bringing you closer to alignment. And that is joy. Because the energy of joy attaches itself to the energy of alignment with ease, okay? Joy is not a joy is like sadness, right? You should experience it and honor its presence, but you shouldn't prolong it. You shouldn't make it stay longer than it naturally wishes to be. Don't grab it, right? So when joy comes around, you just say, drop everything and let's really immerse myself in this energy. When sadness comes around, drop everything, let me experience this. But you don't grab it and hold it to keep it, because when you do that, you kind of mess the whole matrix up, okay? And you're staying in something that doesn't need to be caught like that. Why do we do that? Why do we hold on to sadness and why do we try to hold on to joy as though it's a place we need to be, like we need to stay? It's fear, right? When you feel happy, do you automatically say, "Oh, I wish this could last forever. Maybe this won't ever happen again." If that's what you believe, that grabbing that being able to experience joy, if you experience it, it's going to be gone and you'll never get it back again. Of course, you're going to want to hoard it, right? But if you fully trust that the experience of joy just comes naturally to your state of being, you're fine if it comes for 5 minutes and it leaves because you know it's going to come back again, right? And how do you assure that the energy of joy comes back into your life again? Just be in alignment because it wants to come visit alignment. Joy loves to visit alignment. It's like, yes, great vacation spot, favorite, will always return. You don't need to always be happy. You don't need to always be positive. You don't always have to see the bright side of every damn thing, right? That's kind of toxic. Sometimes shit happens and it is shitty, and we don't need to explain it in a different way, right? Just like that tornado, it comes down. You don't need to look at that and be like, well, what was the deeper meaning behind my house being destroyed? Why? It was a freaking nature act and it sucked, right? It sucked. Like, whatever. Maybe later you can look back and say, well, because that happened, I met this person and this happened. Sure. But that doesn't mean that you needed the tornado, guys. Okay. Sometimes it's just shitty and it happens. But again, you don't have to live in that energy. It's a moment and it moves on, right? So, my tornado people, you're in the path of alignment right now. Go forth into it and really start to understand that. Start to understand what it means to experience a moment without needing to hoard it, experiencing an energy without needing to scrapbook it. Okay? Because it will come back. You get to have these experiences endless amounts of time, should that be your wish, right? But when you hold on to something like joy or you hold on to something like sadness, it dies. And then you're just holding dead stuff, right? And that's dead. You don't need to, right? So there you go. There you go. Yeah, sometimes it is just shitty. Like, there's nothing that pisses me off more than when I'm going through a tough time and something horrible's happened or something, and somebody says to me, what do you feel like the meaning is behind that? Like, what's a positive perspective that you can think, like, maybe that why this is happening right now? I'm like, literally get fucked. Are you kidding me? Like, are you so uncomfortable with uncomfortable emotions that you have to push me out of mine and try to make it into some Pollyanna scenario? How about you just sit here and agree with me that this is shitty and let's be friends in this shitty moment, right? Like, literally the worst. Not cool. All right. The last one is going to be, what was it? Um, Thunderstorm. Hi, Mikey. Okay, so last one is thunderstorm. So if you just like came in here, and I'm not a violent person. Wait, what does that connect to? What's the first part of that sentence? Oops. Oh, is it because I said get fucked? I'm probably gonna get reported for that. Remember that happened one time? Excuse me. All right, thunderstorm coming at ya. Mikey says, as a therapist, I always offer to just sit with my guests and their emotions unless they're open to my insight or opinions. You're very good at that, Mikey. I always enjoy my therapy sessions. Angie, I'm shuffling for a thunderstorm, so maybe thunderstorms for you. Okay? Trust the process. All right. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't see any of these comments on YouTube. Good morning, Jacinda. Hi, Arlene. All right, thunderstorm. You ready? It doesn't have any of those. So I don't know. Just listen to it. Oh my goodness. All right. Here we go. It's the frog. This is thunderstorm. It's the frog, the bee, and the novice again. So we're bookending with this novice situation. So excuse me. Let's start here again. You're starting something very new. I don't mind saying this a million times. It's a new It's not even a new chapter. It's like, because a chapter kind of flows from, the previous chapter. This isn't a new chapter. This is like a new part, Like, those big, like, War and Peace type books that have like part one, part two, part three, and like you finish part two and then you start part three and you don't know where you're starting. You don't know if any of the previous characters even come into this. We don't know yet, guys. Okay? It's a new part. Everything is up for your own creative energy. You get to write your story. You've always been writing your story, but perception changes everything, right? So let's say you've been unknowingly writing your story this whole time because you didn't know that you were writing it. You weren't like really like paying attention to sentence structure. You weren't paying attention to flow. You were letting like characters be main characters that are like ancillary at best, like you're giving names to characters who should just be guy in a deli, right? Don't do that anymore. It's another part. So like pick up the pen and really put some thought into this, okay? Don't give people big parts unless it's supposed to be what they're doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can change everything all the time. It's one of those erasable pens, right? You're just like, let me change that name. This is your masterpiece, and you are the main character in your masterpiece always. Everybody should be the main character in their story. Not everybody is, though. You know what I mean? Everybody should be the main character in their story, but not everybody sees themselves as the main character. And it's main character energy that you need to be bringing into this new part of your life. And that means you got to walk into the room like the story is about you. Don't worry about other people's stories. They're the main character in their story. They're responsible for writing, casting, and creating a storyline that makes some damn sense, not you. Like, you're not in charge of anybody else's story, but you really are in charge of yours. Okay. And what happens when you are not taking ownership of your own story? Other people's stories are going to fuck your story up. They're going to influence it. They're going to take it to the left and they're going to take it to the right. And they're going to do this and they're going to do that. They're going to put you in roles that you don't want to be in because you're not taking creative license with your own or creative control with your own story. So, hello, let's do this. Okay? Please. It's more fun this way, right? It can be a little bit like, oh, damn, to be like, have I really been writing my story this whole time? Because I don't like it. I don't care. Like, truly. Like, at this point, it's another part. So just like leave it for a second and start writing something different. You don't need to make the parts connect. And that's the part that I think that some of us are a little struggling with, right? It's like you don't need to make the parts connect. Be like, but that's not cohesive. That's why you just make a new part. Like, oh, period, part three. Like, you'll catch up, right? Okay. So then you have the bee and the frog. And this one is going to kind of like dovetail very specifically with the whole concept of saying, like, well, how can I just start something new? Let go of the old. The frog is like, cleaning house, clearing up your closet, releasing emotional baggage as well as physical clutter, all those things. I have a story for you. I told the story in workshop yesterday, but I think that it's going to be meandery, so you're going to have to just like kind of sit with me with this as I get there, but it's going to explain this really well, okay? And take it if it resonates, trash it if it doesn't. So, like some of you know, I'm in school right now, and the first part of school is an intensive workshop where we're learning different clinical therapy skills. So we did lots of mock therapy sessions for like a week straight. So I had a lot of crash therapy because we're all practicing on each other. So sometimes I would be the therapist, sometimes I would be the client. Okay. When I was the client, it made more sense for me to use like real things in my life because it was too much work to think of fake scenarios, right? So I had like 8 back-to-back sessions of like, you know, having myself therapized, which is fine. I love it. During one of these sessions where I was the client, the therapist asked me, that voice in your head, Sarah, the one that kind of criticizes you or talks to you, like, that you might talk to, just that voice in your head that's like kind of almost like an entity. What kind of relationship do you have with it? How do you deal with that voice? What do you think about it? And like without really taking a whole lot of time, I was like, well, I mean, that voice is my best friend. I'm talking to her all fucking day. Like, she's weird, she's funny, she usually gives me good advice. Like, I mean, I have a good time with her. She's best. Besties. And we both looked at each other silently for a moment. And he said, do you like yourself? And I was like, yeah, I do. And that may sound like, okay, but it was like a profound moment for me. Because over the past like 6 years, things have been going really fast. Okay. The healing has been really fast, the movement fast, the things fast, fast and furious. So fast that even though I'm actively engaged in the process of doing my work, there's not a whole lot of time to sit and be like, wow, look how far I've come. Or like, wow, wait, I don't think this way anymore. I think that way. And this allowed me a moment to kind of sit with myself and say, like, wait, I don't feel about myself the way that I used to. Because I didn't love myself before. I didn't recommend myself. I didn't love talking to myself, but I do now. I think I'm pretty cool. I'm not for everybody, but like, I'm definitely for me, right? Like, I think I'm pretty funny. Like, I'm kind of cute. Like, I enjoy talking to me. I enjoy, like, I give myself good advice. Like, I'm good. And realizing that in that moment started to shift everything in my life here immediately because it was like updating the software. Okay. And when I updated that software to kind of be in the present moment of like, wait, this is actually how we feel, it made my decisions different. It made my reactions to people different. It made everything different because I was not operating from a place of fear or self loathing anymore. I was operating from a place of, I want the best for you, dude, because like you're my girl. I love you. Like, let's make the best choices for you that will make you happy. It just changed everything. Okay. And like I said in workshop yesterday, like take a minute. Look, it's tying in perfectly. But take a minute because the B is like good luck and victory. Okay. Take a minute to really emphasize for yourself where you're actually at in your own growth spiral. Because chances are you're a lot further on than you think you are. And you might be holding on to old patterns of behavior that literally don't need to be there and you're only doing them because they're reflexive, right? They're reflexive. You're not even thinking because when someone says like blue, you say green, and that's how you've always done it. But maybe when someone says blue, you say purple now. Maybe that's more aligned for you. But if you didn't take the time to slow down for a second and check, you're going to be saying green still, even though it's not the color. Does that make sense? Like, so just like my thunderstorm people and just my people, slow down for a second and just like, hey, hey, like you've done a lot of work. Update your systems to reflect it. Update the way you speak to yourself to reflect it. Update your boundaries to reflect it. Stop apologizing for taking up space, having opinions, and making choices that benefit you, right? Write your story the way you want it to be now. Okay? You get to do that. It's another part, it's not a continuation chapter. So write your novel of your life as alternatively as you want to. Those who are meant to be reading that novel, they'll follow you. They love your bouncing ball. Okay? So that is your thunderstorm. That's your coffee and magic for this morning. I'm so glad to be back. I missed you so much. This is like my favorite thing to do. I identified that for myself. because I sat down and I was like, "What is your favorite thing to do, like, in your business? Like, what are the things that just, like, you can't really do without? Like, you just really want them and you wanna always do them." And Coffee and Magic with you guys is one of those. So, thank you for being here with me on this Monday morning. I will be back on Friday morning at 10, and I'll see you then. Make sure you're signed up, if it pleases you, for my email list because then when I have bouncing ball thoughts that I'm changing everything, you will be able to bounce with me. I'll put my little story in there. Okay. You can do that by, I don't really know. Go to my website, sarahmala.com. Send me a DM. Either way, I love you. Have an amazing, amazing day. If you missed any of this, you will be able to find the recordings on my IGTV or on my YouTube. And if you've enjoyed it, it would mean so much to me if you would share my shit so other people can see it too. I love you. Goodbye, YouTube friends. And